Good evening. Hello, everyone. Or hello, Rona. I see Rona's here already. She's like ready, watching right now. So, I am enjoying all of the one liner Southern phrases. I added one myself. At the top, it says, "Good evening, chickies. Are you ready to talk the hide off of this cow?" Oh, goodness. So, before we get started, I was thinking to myself, I had all these wonderful notes too, and I threw them out because they were on my phone. I still don't know how to work my phone. I do, but I don't. I do dumb stuff. But anyway, hi, Candace. I was thinking, you know what? They didn't show season one. Did they show season one on Hallmark Channel? Rona, anyone? I mean, because remember last year we had to watch it on um, Prime. Did they show it at all this year on the Hallmark Channel? Season one? I don't remember. Refresh my memory. Mm. Yes, they did, Candace. You're right. And then I would post the recaps for those who were just tuning in for the first time, what we had recapped from before. That's right. Okay. Geez. There was so much that happened in the beginning of this year, like having The Way Home on at the same time as When Calls the Heart. It was just like a lot of content all at one time. And now I feel like we're getting to like the desert, although there's something delicious that's been on recently, but we'll get to that later. Okay, so here's what I wanted to know for those of us that have been watching faithfully. And if you're new here, that's fine. I want to know what you think. What did you think of the first episode and where it's going? And did you realize 9 months has passed since we last saw them, right? Okay. Hi, y'all. Hi, Avis. 9 months has passed. And hi, Christina. You know what my biggest thing is, right? Nancy's got a boyfriend, and they kept throwing the word around boyfriend like they were teenagers. It cracked me up. And he's got a question, and then he calls it a proposal. And I know I'm shouting, I'm sorry, but listen, I watched episode 1 and 2. I got them ahead of time. So I rewatched episode 1. And I think I know you don't know what the question is, right? Refresh my memory. You don't know what the question is that the Pastor McGregor is going to ask his girlfriend Nancy, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back and let's talk about this, Avis. I liked it. Good. And you like Gus's haircut and the kiss. Oh, what kiss? Who was kissing? What kiss? Define or tell us which kiss that you liked. All right, so let's talk about her hair. I like when she gets a compliment and she says, "It's all Nancy." And I love how the two of them are getting along together in the kitchen and they're having breakfast. And then when Nancy's boyfriend, the pastor, comes over, he's like, he's a little disappointed that Gus is in the kitchen with them. And he's like, "Oh, I thought it would be just us. I have sweets for my sweetheart," that kind of thing. They're all fluffy and in love. And I love the part where she says that they were talking all into the wee hours of the night, and Gus is like, well, Nancy was doing the talking, and I was held hostage. I think that Gus is my favorite character of next to the pastor and the narrator. Like the narrator beats all. I love them. Okay, Frank Jr. is still a jerk. He's such a jerk. He is such a jerk. I want him to be like squashed like a bug. He gets on my nerves. Hi, Susan. So you liked it and you liked your haircut. So that was my question. I wanted to know again if you liked it. Okay, I like it. Matthew was excellent with Nancy. Oh, they are so good. I put on X, Nancy's got a boyfriend. I don't think he's going to propose. Yeah, I want to know. I know what the question is, but I was wondering what you all thought the question was. You do find out in episode 2. So what do you think? Nancy and the preacher. Nancy and the preacher boy is now her boyfriend. Yes, I like it. Matthew and Lee have excellent. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have very good chemistry. I love how he loves her. Like he's so respectful of her, and the way they wrote the character, because he's like the complete opposite of what Nancy's used to having. He's extremely patient with her. He's not judgy because she does make some immoral decisions, even though she tries her best not to. I just love how they wrote his character and their relationship. It's like everything she never had. So I think it's really cool. Avis, you want to know who May's father is. Well, did you that scene, that song, I had to go look it up. That scene where she's taking the box out and she's opening it up and she has all of her memories. She has that pretty little dress that she wore. She was a young girl when she got pregnant. And we saw a distant photo of them, and she does dial the phone. And I will tell you that you're going to find out soon who the papa is. Okay. It's good. It's so good. It's so good. You'll find out in see episode 2, kind of. You do carry you like Nancy and the preacher. You know what? What is his first name? Because I know he's Pastor McGregor, but I know she calls him by his first name, and now they're referring to each other as boyfriend and sweetheart. So I don't remember what his name is. I'm losing my mind. Let me know. Love this song. Avis, wasn't that beautiful? See, that's what I like about this show. And I'm going to tell you something I had heard talking to a team of podcasters, because we've been doing a lot of promotional things in groups. But before I get there, what I like about this series is that here's the writing is not just all sad or all funny. It's like you laugh and you laugh, and then there's something serious that comes out of it. And the music is always beautiful. Their acting is really, really wonderful. We talked about the music last year too, how it adds to it. And I love that scene with Gus where she's, going to make a really difficult phone call, and the narrator says because she's doing it for her daughter. She's protected herself so much because she was so hurt by this relationship when she was younger. How about when she thought it was what was his name? Darn it. And he's her second cousin, the farmer. She's like, no, he's her second cousin. And why is his hand on your belly? Because it's how he tries to predict what the sex of the baby is. So getting back to what I was saying about talking to the other podcasters, they do reviews. And they were saying that one, especially, she always picks different partners to work with her. And they were saying that it was difficult for them to find people who would actually wanted to watch and review it because they didn't like it. They thought it was so negative. And I thought, what are you doing? What are you watching? Like, do you think it's like background noise and they really aren't watching the show? Because I thought it was not negative at all. I thought it was real. And a lot of amazing things came out of it. It was like people that would give up hope after so long didn't give up hope. So I thought it was the opposite. I'm like, negative? What are they looking at? What are they watching? Oh, I didn't really recognize anybody that was in there. That's what some people say. I don't know them. Well, okay. The actors that you're used to seeing in a lot of the movies are cookie cutter movies because that fills a niche. This is good writing. This is good TV. All right, getting off my soapbox here. Love the song. Okay, Avis. Love the way Nancy said she and the preacher have been courting. I know for 3/4 of the year. I know that's 9 months. Jarvis, thank you. Jarvis, Farmer Jarvis, that she thought that was her dad and she was all excited by it. Now, we all know Farmer Jarvis, how they make him look like the human is a handsome man, but how they have him look on the show is a little peculiar and dowdy and older, right? Well, let me tell you, that is the complete opposite. I'm giving you a hint here. A complete opposite of Gus's baby daddy. Yes, okay. Yeah, May's daddy is the opposite. And I did a little teaser, because the actor himself, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, follow me because I post a lot of things that Hallmark gives for me to post. So let me see. I did it with like slats, like here it is. It says the Chicken Sisters. It has like just you're gonna kind of guess. That handsome man is the daddy. He looked nothing like Jarvis. I don't know if y'all saw that. Yep. Says someone is back in town. All right. I really like May and Jay. Looking forward to that wedding. I know in House of, oh, I almost give a spoiler away. Yes, I'm looking forward to that wedding. And I want to tell you something about Jay, the actor. I cannot say his name correctly because it is Arabic, but the first name is Samer. And there's like a rolling of the tongue. It's almost Parisian, like when you say it. He's great. He is in Providence Falls. He plays Magnus in Providence Falls. Now, not we're not going to get off the subject, but we're on good writing. Listen, and I was in a whole big group promoting whatever. Nothing, nothing has come Hallmark's way like that 3-part miniseries. Directing, cinematography, the storyline, the acting, the chemistry with the whole cast is off the charts. If you're not watching Providence Falls, you are missing out because in all the years that I've been watching Hallmark, nothing has ever compared to the deliciousness of that. But anyway, he's in it. He plays Magnus. So he got double duty. He was and premiering yesterday and tonight. And you know what? Why don't we see his face plastered all over? Hallmark should be promoting that. So I'm going to plaster his face everywhere and promote him for him. All right. Let's see. Leah Thompson is doing everything right now. She's filming Anna Pigeon for US Network with Tracy. I know I don't know. I'm going to say the last name wrong, but I know who it is. Based Nevada Bar Novels. Leah Thompson is just having a glow up. Isn't she? She's amazing. She always was amazing, and I just love her. Love her. Every path has its puddles. Providence Falls Rona is fantastic. Okay. There were a lot of wonderful one-liners, and I wrote them all down, and I lost all of it on my phone. But my point was, the takeaway was, I wanted to know how everybody was feeling going in that first episode. And I love how the narrator starts off with the train story, and she goes until there was another type of train that blew in. And that would be the downfall that is coming, or the backlash that is coming because of the chicken wars, right? So right away, Amanda's the hero. They're loving her everywhere, and yay. And that's not how it ended, right? All because there was the secret hidden cameras that no one knew about. So now everyone is looking at Amanda and even Nancy in a negative light. And I feel like that's sad to me because yes, she was still married and she should have not been doing what she was doing. However, her husband did a lot of rotten things to her. I know two rights don't make a wrong, but everybody's suddenly so judgy in a small town, right? Yeah. I don't know. I liked how that went though, when you got the train metaphor again at the end. So there's going to be a bit of backlash, right? What do you think? And here's my question. What in the world was that secret text that Sergio got at the end of season 1? Remember when he was looking at the land where he had wanted to build a house, and he knows that things are not going to go the way he had wanted with Amanda, right? Because she's got to find herself, and I'm glad she's getting a divorce, and she always looks like she's about to give in to her husband, and yet she doesn't. I like that she didn't do his laundry and she made him get out. But I thought that was going to be like his ex-wife or something, and they really didn't cover that. So I think there's some more little secrets that are sprinkling along the way. All right. So if anybody has a prediction about that, let me know. I have a question for y'all. Did you see the beautiful house that Jay and May have? I mean, they bought a house. They're selling down. That house is gorgeous. I'm wondering, when I get the screeners, I could see things. They used a lot of like stock photos and stuff. I'm wondering if that was filmed, where it was filmed, because I know it looks like it's America, but it's was filmed somewhere in Canada. And I'm wondering if those are actual, like when they show the outside of the house, is that the actual house, or is it like an outside of a house and then when we're inside we see sets? I don't know. I always get caught up in like the sets, like where it is. I don't know, because it feels real to me when we know more about the set. I'm wondering, I didn't do any research on that, and I don't know if anybody heard anything. All right, let's see. Avis, I'm kind of glad Frank Jr. saw the secret footage. Yes, so am I. And he got mad and he threw the food. You know who kills me? He is so creepy, Mr. Chicken. And how about when he got Frank's face and he schmooshed it and he was trying to tell him about, he's talking about Maya Angelou and he's quoting, and I'm like, he quotes it as if a man said that. That's not a man, it's a woman. And he switched the words around to make it for a man. He is such a pig. I can't, isn't he? Like Mr. Chicken is not Mr. Chicken, he's Mr. Pig. And Dum Dum Frank Jr. is looking to him as a role model in his motivational speaking, because I think that Mr. Chicken is quite like Frank Sr., you know? Um, let's see. Loved when Amanda showed the scoundrel Frank Jr. the door. So proud of her. I know, with his basket of laundry. And he's like calling out to the daughter. Okay. I know I had lots of questions. I don't see any answers. Maybe we don't have them. The other question that I had was, and we've talked about this before, but they are still rolling around and hinting, yep, Mr. Chicken is a con man. He sure is. Yep, Mr. Chicken and Frank Jr. deserve each other. They do. Is Lindsay and Frankie. There's always that, like, that idea that maybe they have feelings for each other and neither has said something to the other. But now that Lindsay is back and Frankie introduces Lindsay to her boyfriend, the look on her face was like, like, do they know that they have feelings for each other? Or are they just playing it like that for us to think it? I don't know. I'm curious to see where that one's going. And I think we've discussed that before. I still think they're leaning towards that Frankie and Lindsay are going to have feelings for each other. I wonder how they'll handle that. How will they handle something like that realistically in a small town? Would they keep it a secret? Or are they going to pretend like it's all okay? Because that is, well, you know what? That town is not that much smaller. It's only a couple thousand less than my town. So it's not that small, because now they're almost like close to, I don't know, they're 12,000 plus. So it's not that much smaller than us. Okay. Wait, Avis, I would love to have her on, and I want her to talk about that scene. Is it truly her driving that car, or was it a stunt double with all that jerking and back and forth? But the best was when you hear her mumbling, it was the only truck they had. It comes around the corner and it's got the flames on it. Oh my God, only in the South would you, or Texas, would you get a rental truck like that. I love Sabrina driving up in that good old boys flame covered heavy ton truck. I know, it was fantastic. Frankie looked guilty to have a boyfriend before Lindsay. I know. Okay, is that what it is? Because she got a boyfriend first? And she's a little jealous about that. And it's not really because they like each other, like like a love interest. Yeah, she was, Curry. But I'm wondering, do they want us to think it's one thing and it's something else? I don't know. I feel like they're playing with the audience with that one a little bit. I'm wondering where it goes. It could be not going anywhere. It could be something that's so subtle that's like underlined, and it doesn't ever blossom or bloom until if they got, another season and maybe pursued it later on, or maybe not. Maybe it will be pursued this season. I just love how they introduced a lot of different things. They've got the storyline of who is, Gus's first love, I'm assuming, and the father of Amanda. And what's that relationship going to be like? Are Jay and Amanda going to make it to the altar? I really do hope so. I want them to get married. Then, of course, about how Amanda's going to cope with what's going on in the town. And I don't feel like she's supposed to be BFFs with Sergio, but Sergio has feelings for her. And Amanda's just trying to find herself. And I think she does love him or like him, but maybe now after they've spent this time together, what, like 9 months, well, 8 months, they said, of friendship. Took them a month, I guess, to get used to being friends. I don't feel like they're over. Do you think Sergio and Amanda are over? And I hope it's not going to be a thing where Amanda moves on to some other guy and Sergio's still pining away from her. Not from her, for her. I don't know. I have a feeling like they'll get together and then the ex-wife pops up somewhere because she's lurking around somewhere. There's something going on with that. Okay. Avis, what will the preacher say about Nancy knowing about Amanda and Sergio? I thought that she kind of, remember when she would go to him and talk about decisions that she had to make and things that she knew? I thought that she may have already discussed that with him. I don't know that it is such a big shock and a surprise. But then again, remember the way they've written his character, he is not judgmental of her. He's almost like he carries her. You know what I mean? He thinks highly of her. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, Rona, there's still something between Sergio and Amanda, definitely. Yes, there definitely is. For him, especially for him. That's why I'm wondering, is it going to be like pining away storyline where Amanda's finding herself and back and forth with things? And if they introduce, that shape, I'm not going to be happy. Okay. All right, we're going to wrap it up. It was a great first episode, and I'm going to ask this question. What is it that you hope happens in the next episode? What do you hope happens in the next episode? It would be fun if I wonder if I'm gonna reach out and see if we could, because I don't ever really have. I think I have on last year. Oh, I had Matthew on. We talked about a lot of stuff, not just this. I'm gonna reach out. I think it would be so great if we could find out about the whole driving of that big rig. That was funny to me. That was cool. What do you hope happens? Let's, like, with any of the characters, what do you hope the question is? What do you think the question is? The proposal that Mr. Preacher Man, Pastor McGregor, has for Nancy. Do you think, I felt sorry for Eddie? Oh, why? Tell me why. I want to know. No three-sided geometric figures. That's right. Why'd you feel sorry for Eddie? You know what? I loved when the mayor gave the big giant key. The big giant key to Nancy. She was all excited about. Then he was mad, and he wanted. She's like, "You're not getting the key back." Did she say that to him yet? She does say to him, "Not getting the key back." But I love when Gus saw that key, and she's like, "Oh, look at that!" Like, Gus is my favorite character. I know I've already said that. Yeah, okay. I wasn't, because he's kind of like Avis. He's a bit of a sad guy to begin with, and but he's a good guy because he overlooks stuff, like he overlooked the fire, and there he was professing his love. He's liked her all his life since he was in school. So I know. I thought that was, yeah, that was cute. I hope we get to see a little bit more of him, because they all have, like, I don't know, they're all interesting characters. They all have got something quirky about them because that's life, right? We all got quirks. We're all quirky. All right, what do you want to see before we leave? Come on, share with me. I like the mayor. Love Lachlan Monroe. He's a good character actor. All right, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen in episode 2 with Nancy and Pastor McGregor, with What about the wedding? Is that going to come to a standstill because she doesn't know who her dad is? Is she going to use that as an excuse to delay? Because she has cold feet about everything, May. And I did tell you that you will get to meet who her father is. Well, you'll get a glimpse. I want to see Matthew and Leah have a long, Avis, you want to see some smooching. Well, they always have kids. Their lips have been touching in this episode, but I know what you're saying. I know what you mean. You want to see some passionate kissing between the two of them? You're funny, Avis. A nice lip lock. Okay. From the 2 episodes that I saw, they are very kissy, moo, moo. I am ready to exit. We'll be back. We will chat on Sundays, like following. I think Sabrina is going to try help May with her wedding. Yep. I agree, Rona. Which I love. That keeps her in town longer, which I love. And also, she really doesn't have anything to go back to in New York. She was like, she quit her job. So I'm wondering how they're going to get to keep her to stay there, even though she was looking for Crester. Those two killed me. I love that. All right. So maybe he can teach her how to drive the big rig. So I'll do this on Sunday nights and following the episode. It was kind of easy for me to do it for tonight and then next Sunday because I've already seen both and they only gave me 2. I was like, I want it more. So I'm going to have to be taking furious notes. It's almost like when I go immediately after When Calls a Heart and I do my fireside chats, right? She likes the hugs. She does. She said she forgot that they did that here. Remember, as soon as she came to the door, Amanda gave her a nice big hug. That was nice. It's cute to see like how she's, they're all becoming like a family, and I like that. I like that a lot. How many episodes? I think, is it 10? Was it 10 last time? It wouldn't be less. It would be the same. I know. I'm like falling down here, but I've been doing a lot of stuff and I've just got to get myself together. I'm looking up in my database. This just brightened my evening. Oh, good. I'm glad, Avis. I'm glad. Hold on, Rona. I'm going to tell you. So, they had 8. They had 8 last season, and I'm pretty sure they have 8 again. I think it's the same exact number. Yeah. 8 of them. I only got 2 episodes, 1 and 2. So that's not a bad thing. All right. For those of you, just before we go, I want to show you something cool because it's right next to me before we say goodnight. And this was a nice thing. I like to have local meetups. Christina, you were here. Christina, I didn't even hear from Christina. She said hi and then she's probably got distracted. Should be more. I know. I feel like the story gets done so fast, but it's 8 for now. I had a meetup for the local people around, well, not so local. They came from all over, but they are friends of mine because of another group that we belong to. But we had a Way Home fan meetup, and then we did something that was really cool. I didn't even realize that people could do this, but an agent explained it to me. We did a virtual meet and greet. So Jordan Dow, who is the young Colton for The Way Home, for those of you that watch The Way Home, you have the screen and he sees you and you can see him, and I set it up at a separate table. So you actually sat and had one-on-one time with him. And he saw you, you saw him. He talked with them, answered questions, and he signed this picture for them. And on the back, this is mine. He wrote this long message. Isn't that amazing? So Rona, I got one for you. Because I know you wanted to come and you couldn't make it, but I have one for you, Rona. I'm not going to read it out loud, but isn't that cool? Yeah, he was just a doll baby, let me tell you. It was so much fun. Now I talk to him all the time, so I didn't steal his time. But They sat for like 15 minutes. Yeah, Rune, I got one for you. He didn't address it because he doesn't know who you are or to meet you or not, but he does have it signed, and I got it right here for you. I promise. I promise. All right. All right, friends. We're going to go. We're going to have a good week. What's the moral of this story? Watch it again. Okay, because we always miss something. So watch this episode again. We'll link it to episode 2. We'll talk more and chat more. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram because I link everything there. But you know where else I link everything? So I'm lots of times like I do have a Chicken Sister page, which you know, but I also link it on my Everything About Hallmark Facebook page. I have one. So all the links are there too. All the news that I get is there too. Wouldn't Frank Jr. be Amanda's cousin? What in the world? This is in the Chicken Sisters. Where's Kit? Where is this person? Why are they not in our chat right now? Because that would be one crazy question to be talking about, right? Look at that. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. So you blah 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 blah. You heard all of this, right? You did. And if you haven't watched Providence Falls, please go watch it. It's so good. You'll be sad that you didn't watch it. And that's it. Okay. Good night. Have a good night.